Hey there, viewers, and welcome back to the South Main Auto Channel. We got it. She came in on the ship all the way from Mexico. We got our wiper motor for this '07 Grand Marquis that we diagnosed in a previous video that had some inoperative squirters. So we'll open it up, make sure we don't have a used one in the box. I mean, it's used because it's three-man, but hopefully she works. There she is. Fomoco. It says it passed inspection by tester B. So there's the connector. Remember, it had some logic, a little circuit board in there. It lives in this direction. Way down yonder, I assume we have to pull the cowl, plastic and trim and stuff off to get to it. I'll check service info real quick, just to make sure we don't do any unnecessary steps, and then we'll get started. That seems to be the case. Let's stop these little guys up here. Get the pick. I'll show you how these arms come off, assuming I get them off. Yeah, they're keywayed. So they're keywayed, they only go on one way. But you've got, when this is in the down position, now it's got a lot of spring tension on it right now. So when it's on the car, that's what you see. So you lift up on the wiper arm like I did. Try to do this one-handed, and then you reach down there with a pick and you pull this little tab out that releases the lock that holds it on, the pippin that it goes on. Let me set this down. Do the passenger side. Have to get a light, I guess. No, I think it's on this side. It is. It's good to see it. They're spring loaded, so they want to go back on you. So that one's loose. See if opening the hood gives us a little bit more room back there. Yeah, it does. Probably should have done it with the hood open, you dummy. So there's that side, same exact mechanism. I guess I should mention the little keyways fall out. I just set that one down and noticed that. As soon as I set it down, the keyway fell out, so be mindful of that. A few things we have to unhook here. There's a bunch of these metal clips. They just push over the cowl here. So pop them off. We have this wire retainer, a little Christmas tree fastener. Work that down through. I don't know if we're going to have to take the rubber off or not. Probably not. Another metal clip right here. Looks like the purge solenoid is bolted on. Over there. Got a plastic push retainer up here in the corner. There's usually screws. Yeah, there's one screw right there, another screw right there. Let me get a Phillips head. Usually they go down into like a plastic nut on the body. Sometimes there's some, on some cars, the screws go right down through the grill. You have to kind of look for those. Yeah, we'll come out. There's that one. There's those two. I think it's pretty loose. I'm gonna get this plastic clip here in the corner. So that's all that is. That's just a regular, you know, push retainer. Probably one in the other corner. So these are pretty delicate. They're pretty sun faded, but they look like a pretty standard fastener. So if they do break, not a huge deal. We got both of them out. There's one more screw right here. We'll pop this purge solenoid off its bracket instead of unbolting the bracket, just in case we have to pull that lower half up. That'd be something else holding it on over here. Oh, there's another screw over here in the corner. The corner of the cowl here is all busted though. We'll still take the screw out. It's all cracked over there. A lot of this plastic, especially on these older cars, can get pretty brittle. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take that rubber right off there. This just feels pretty solid. Just get that weather stripping right out of the way. A lot of times they slip up underneath the windshield. Let's see if it's... Yeah, it looks like we missed a screw. Lots of screws in this little fella. That one's in a little bit further. Where was it? I saw you. Pretty sure I saw it. Yeah, there she is. Loose now. There's some rubbers in the corner here. You know, they feel like they're attached to it. We'll start over here on the driver's side. Yeah. Good thing it wasn't a snake and it jumped out and bit me. This is why you don't pull real hard at first, you know? Always that one screw. Not too much is held together with screws nowadays. The washer hookup is right here. We're going to take and unhook it to this little barb. Alright, so that's unhooked. Because I assume it's probably attached to this cowl here. So we'll flex her up in the middle. That whole thing will slip out. And then that's where your washer hose is attached, so all the way across there, and that's where we unhooked it. So that's what that looks like. You see there's a little cover here. It's got some tabs on it. Pop them little guys loose. I don't know if we just unbolt the motor or if you got to pull the whole kit and caboodle out. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Not too many bolts just holding that in. Probably easier just to get it out right out of our way. There's one little fastener here, a little Christmas tree fastener. Feels like it's holding the wiring harness. Alright, that's out of the way. And what we got there? That one we're going to have to move. I guess we can just pop our linkage off over right here. So that just pops off. That way we can move it Move our wiper transmission out of the way. Undo the bolts. Oh, we got bolts over there probably. Take these out. 8mm socket. We got one over here. A lot of times these cowls aren't held in by much. To dig through the trash over there, see if there's any more bolts, but we'll, oh, we got one hiding. Ouch! There's my noodle. Got one hiding right down here, in the far corner. There's that one. Yeah, it feels like there's one up in that other corner. Ooh, yeah, I figured there's one in there. Any more? Oh, yeehaw. Now the whole thing's loose. We got to unplug the wiper motor. Should be able to get to the connector now. It's got a lock on it. There. Now we take this whole mess right out of here. Oh, where's my socket? There it is. So we just got the three 10mm. It's going to be the three that go into the hole. Bracket, I guess it is. Big coarse one, looks like a wood screw. Sounds like the kids are here. Oh. Pop that little guy loose. So there's the old one. It's got like a $40 core charge on it. Slip the new one in. It's nice it already has the little pitman arm on there, so now we don't have to worry about timing it. These screws are probably going to go in a little bit rough. Like I say, they're kind of like a coarse self-threading type screw. Pretty self-explanatory, really. You might be able to sneak the motor out without pulling this whole unit out, but you know, it's only a couple screws. I'm going to take a blow nozzle, blow some of the garbage out of it. We're not going to hook our transmission arm back up yet. Well, I guess we could, because that bolt we didn't even have to get to. Pull the cover off of that. So to make sure that little ball socket wasn't cracked or anything. Probably gonna have to get a pair of pliers out here, get a pair of channel locks, give that a squeeze to snap it on. Well, it's already got the rubber on there. Everybody's losing their mind in the office. Give it a little squeeze. I better go see what's going on. Mrs. O has it sorted. I did get this all blown out, so there is actually a drain down here. This little flapper. I think it's plugged solid. So now, at least, you know, the garbage will at least be able to drain out of it until it plugs up again. looks like there's a little trough back here that lines up. Oh, you guys see the little trough down there lines up with this drain, so when the water drips, hits the trough and follows it around and up by the brake booster hose. Alignment tab over there. Okay, thought it didn't feel right. A little plastic alignment pin over in that corner. So all the bolts we took out are exactly the same. A lot of them go into those little J nuts. So get them all started by hand first. In case one of them wiggled around on you, you have to pull it back up to realign one. I always call them J nuts or J clips, I guess they are. Fender nuts, I'm not sure, I think they got a lot of different names. And the bushings are slotted, so they can move around. Looks like this one here. Get our wiring harness, clip back in there, clip back in there. Where are you? I just saw you. Technically, our window squirter should work. Well, before we get real carried away here, we make sure that's the case. I don't know if this is one of the ones that stays on with a timer or not, but hopefully not. Just keep. All right, let's see. Motor parks. All right. Let's stop. Beautiful. That should be pretty close to the top of the windshield. All right. Well, it was a good diagnosis, anyways, if anything. When did we take that off? We took that off right at this point, didn't we? Right? Right. There's all three of those. Get this big hunker. Slip it on there. You kind of gotta give it just a slight bend in the middle. Clear the mirrors. Go back up on the windshield. Get our washer hose line back up. Now this one, did it have? Okay, so it's got a locator pin right here that lines up with that hole. No tabs that slip under the window. Looks like some of them have tabs that actually slip right up under the glass. That just has that metal locator tab. And it sits down just about like that. What I'll do is I'll grab our metal clips here. Line up our washer hose. Stick the clips back on. There's that. Stick our purge solenoid on. guess at this point all I have to do, hook up the washer hose and put all the screws back in. Before I put the screws in, I'll try to realign the little push fasteners here that we removed. Probably be easy to do that with the hood down. So yeah, I want to do that first. Being you had to watch the mundane process of me unscrewing all the screws, I'll save you from the agony of putting them all in. Just rest assured, I do put them all in. So I will stick the wiper arm back on, get our keyway put back in. Appears to be kind of wedge shaped, so it only goes in one way. A little bit of a pisser to do, I think. You know, I'm gonna put a little dab of grease in here just to hold the keyway in so I don't keep dropping it. So I put a little spot of grease on it. So that one lined up. So once you get it in, just pick the blade or pick the arm up and then push that little tab in, or the little spring tension will pull it in. And then let your arm down and do the same thing on the passenger side. I think it wipes one more time. Thought it did. That's what it did to us when we had it going there. Yeah. Oh, make sure it shuts off, make sure the intermittent here isn't messed up or anything. Oh. Cool. It's a fix. Stuff the old one back in the box, ship it back, get our core money back. That is the part number on that, if anybody is concerned about that or curious about that. In the meantime, I gotta get motor in. He's got some problems with the automatic HVAC unit. Apparently it goes to defrost when you're scooting down the road. Everything is vacuum controlled. So that should be, well, the heat's not, the blend door, temperature blend door is not vacuum controlled, but everything else is, all the modes are, rather. So that's it, I gotta keep motoring. Too much to do, but I did promise you guys this video, so sorry if I seem a little bit dry and going through the motions in it, but I was. I just had to get the job done and figure out the rest of it. So anyhow, find us where you can find us. Google Plus, Facebook is about the only place you can find us, and on Patreon. And also subscribe to our channel if you haven't done that. Click the notification bell, and just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.